Would lions protect you or devour you? Imagine collapsing in the blazing heart of the savannah, surrounded by one of nature's most feared predators. Would they see you as prey or something else entirely? Watch this incredible true story and tell us what you would have done. The African sun scorched the land from above, turning the air into shimmering waves of heat. Kieran, a dedicated wildlife conservationist, trudged through the brittle grass of the Nyambi Reserve. Sweat ran down his neck, soaking into his collar. He had one mission: locate and dismantle the illegal traps that had been harming the lion population he had spent years studying and protecting. His water supply was running low. His radio, crackling with static earlier, had now fallen completely silent, no signal, no backup. He followed a trail of footprints leading toward a grove of umbrella thorn trees. Every step became heavier, every breath a battle. The heat was merciless. But Kieran couldn't stop, not when lives were at stake. Up ahead, glinting faintly in the sun, he spotted it, a wire snare, rusted and deadly, coiled like a serpent from a tree branch. Poachers had been here. Recently. He crouched, examining the tracks below it, but just then, a wave of vertigo slammed into him. The world spun. His legs gave out. Darkness swallowed him whole as he collapsed under the shade of a nearby acacia. Unmoving. Unarmed. Alone. Until a deep growl rumbled nearby. Kieran stirred, his throat a desert, his limbs like stone. Golden shapes moved in the periphery of his vision. Slowly, his eyes adjusted and his heart skipped. A lion. No, a male lion, enormous, its dark mane like a storm cloud, stared directly at him. Beside the male stood a lioness, her body taut, protective. A cub peeked out from behind her legs, curiosity sparkling in its eyes. He braced for the end. But it didn't come. The lion approached, not to attack, but to sniff. A soft huff escaped its nostrils. The lioness stepped forward as well, then sat. Her cub nuzzled close to her. The pride wasn't hunting. They were guarding. As consciousness slipped again through Kieran's fingers, a memory surfaced, vivid, burning. Years ago, as a young ranger, he'd stumbled upon a trapped lion cub ensnared in a brutal wire loop. Its mother had roared in anguish but hadn't attacked as Kieran, hands raised in peace, freed the terrified creature. He remembered the look the lioness gave him, not of threat, but of something deeper. Understanding. Could it be the great lion before him now was that same cub, all grown? Night draped over the savannah. Kieran lay still, too weak to move. But around him, the lions stood sentinel. At one point, a pair of hyenas crept near, their high-pitched laughter cutting through the night air. Kieran couldn't defend himself, but he didn't need to. The lion Ashur, as Kieran would later name him, rose with a thunderous growl. The hyenas vanished like shadows. The lions had accepted him. By dawn, worry spread through the ranger station. Kieran had not returned. His closest colleague, Layla, led a search team, hearts heavy with fear. As they pushed deeper into the wilderness, the dogs caught a scent. Then tracks. Human ones. Fresh. And lions. The group approached cautiously. Then froze. There they were, a pride of lions encircling a tree. At its base, Kieran lay unconscious. Layla's hand instinctively went to her weapon, but the lions didn't charge. Instead, Ashur turned his gaze to them, then, with surprising calm, stepped aside, eyes never leaving them. Layla rushed to Kieran's side. His pulse was faint but steady. "He's alive," she called out, voice cracking with relief. As they carried him on a stretcher toward the rescue vehicle, Ashur followed for a few paces. Then, as if satisfied, he gave one final huff, low, resonant, almost, farewell. Then he turned back toward the wilderness, fading into the tall grass. Back at the station, Kieran awoke slowly, the hum of the engine and the murmur of voices breaking the fog in his mind. "The lions," he whispered. Layla smiled. "They saved you." Weeks later, once recovered, Kieran returned to patrol the reserve. On a distant ridge, he saw Ashur again, standing tall against the horizon, mane fluttering in the breeze. their eyes met. Not as enemies, not as strangers, but as beings bound by a forgotten promise and a powerful truth. Sometimes, those we protect us in return. Nature always finds a way to surprise us. If this story moved you, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. More unforgettable stories from the wild are on the way.